Hi everybody! I know I'm not here today, but guess what? I am kind of here today because I am on video for you. So next week is Inclusive Schools Week, and so I want you to think about something. Like, what does the word inclusive mean? If you said to include people, you're right. One of the things we really like to do here at Cardinal Ridge is make sure everybody is included in everything we do. And if you think about it, the fact that we have so many different people makes our school a really amazing place. Think about this. Think about if all of us was exactly the same. We had the same hair, the same likes, the same dislikes, the same beliefs. Everybody's favorite color was the same and we all liked beige. What kind of world would that be? What kind of school would we be? It would be a very, very boring school, wouldn't it? So we like to celebrate all the differences about ourselves, and we like to bring everybody to the table so that we can all work together on things. And so we were thinking that it would be really, really cool this week if you guys helped us make a kaleidoscope. Okay? So if you have ever looked through a kaleidoscope before, you will know that when you look through it, you get all these really pretty colors and really pretty shapes and things like that. It's not just looking through and seeing all the same stuff. So what we are doing is we're asking our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders to help us make the foundation for these kaleidoscopes. So then next week, everybody in the school is going to contribute a couple beads. See this? A couple beads so that our kaleidoscopes have all the amazing colors, all right? So I am going to let you go here in a second, but before I do, I want you to think about this. I want you to choose 1 or 2 people in your class to form a group, because when you come back to this lesson, you guys are going to get together in the group and I'm going to show you how to make a kaleidoscope. And so you need to think about having somebody in your group that's really good at like measuring, and somebody that's really good at putting stuff together, and maybe somebody else that's really good at art, all right? And then I want you to do this. Okay, I'm going to let you go check out. You're going to have about 10 minutes to select and check out. And then you're going to come back over here and you're going to sit down at the table. And then we're going to show you how, look at that, there's Mrs. Henry back there. We're going to show you how to make a kaleidoscope, okay? All right, on your mark. No, we're not going to do that. Walk over to the circulation desk, get a shelf marker, make your selections, and then come back and sit down after you've checked out your books. And I will teach you how to make a kaleidoscope. Okay? All right, I'm just going to sit here. Let's see here. I'm trying to flip it around. I might not be able to flip it around. All right, you're going to have to hold it from this way to do it. Okay, yeah. We're still rolling, folks. Okay, so over here is all of our materials, okay? And so what we're going to do is, first of all, if you have ever used an actual kaleidoscope that you have bought at a store, you'll know that inside that kaleidoscope are mirrors. Now, we're not going to go buy a bunch of mirrors. We're going to make our own, okay? So the first thing I need is a blotter, because we don't want glue and we don't want marker all over our tables. In fact, Mrs. Henry and I have now decided the next time somebody gets in trouble in the library, that's what they're going to do. They're going to come clean our tables for us. Anyway, so there's my blotter. I also need a piece of aluminum foil, because this is going to be our mirror. Now, if I just use the aluminum foil, what do you think would happen? If you said it would get all wrinkly, you're right, because it would collapse. So what we have to do is we also have to use this piece of paper. So I'm going to put my piece of paper down on my water, and I'm going to grab a glue stick. Okay, so here's my glue stick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover my piece of paper with glue, right? Now I'm trying to make a mirror, right? So you got to think about this. If I'm trying to make a mirror, do I want the shiny side out, or do I want the dull side? If you said shiny side out, you're right. We want the dull side to go down onto the glue, right? There we go. All right, now, inside of the kaleidoscope, if you look inside here, it is a triangle, okay? So we've got to turn this into a triangle. So that what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my ruler, and each side of my triangle is going to be 1.5 inches, right? So I'm going to lay my ruler down, and I'm going to mark it at 1.5 inches, right? Now I need another side. So 1.5 plus 1.5 is, if you said 3, you are right. There we go. So you see I have my 2 marks. Now I'm going to fold on the marks. And you see what I'm doing here? If I just folded it freehand, it would be a mess. So I'm rolling it right up the side of my ruler. I'm going to move it to this mark now. And I'm going to do this side. All right, here we go. See that? Does it look like a triangle yet? No, not quite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch the edges, just like that. Pinch this edge, and you'll notice, look at that. We have a triangle mirror. Now, I need a toilet paper tube, which we have this gigantic, massive bag down here. I'm going to go choose one of these, and I'm going to slide my triangle very gently into my toilet paper tube. See that? And if you'll notice, this end, the triangle, is right flush at the end. But on that end, there's a lot of space. Do you have any idea why I'm trying to save a little space on the end? If you said I need space for the beads, you're exactly right, okay? But on this end, I still need to do a peephole. So here we go. I grabbed a piece of paper, and I'm going to put my tube down on there, and I'm tracing my toilet paper tube. See that? Now, if I cut this out just like that, the problem would be that I wouldn't have anything to glue this to, and it would be really, really hard to make it stick. So I'm going to draw another circle right around the outside, and now I'm going to cut it out. See this? So I'm cutting out my circle. Yeah. Cutting it out, just like that. Alright. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is, you see how I have the circle on the inside still? I'm going to cut just like this all the way around. So I'm kind of making a little fringe. If you've ever made three-dimensional shapes out of paper, you probably have little tabs that you cut out. Well, these, you can just think of these as the little tabs. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I've got little tabs all the way around, so it's kind of like a fringe. I'm going to put my circle down, and now it's time for me to put a little glue on there, right? So I put a little glue all the way around the edge. Alright, put my glue, pop my circle up, and now the side where the triangle is closest to the edge, not the side where the beads are going to go, but the other side, I'm putting my circle on top, and then I'm going to pull all those little tabs, all that little fringe down, right? And I'm going to hold it like this for a minute or so until it sticks. Now, if you look at this, the outside of that's not real pretty, right? So the other thing that you can do is you can take another piece of paper and you can decorate it. Now this is for Inclusive Schools Week, so I would highly suggest and recommend that you decorate it in a way that's suggestive of that. So I did like a bunch of little people and hearts and stuff like that, but you can also think of really cool things that people might say to make people feel included in doing things together, all right? And so you're gonna decorate that, and then next week when we finish all these up, we're gonna wrap our decorative paper around the outside, and look how pretty that is. So much prettier than just a toilet paper tube, right? So this is what's gonna happen next. You are gonna decide who in your group is doing which step. So one person can be making your mirrors, one person can be making the people, and look at this. It's all stuck together now, so it's perfect, right? And somebody else, the third person, can be making your decorative part, all right? And so what's going to happen is your Mrs. Henry or the substitute, thank you for being here for me, by the way, is going to pass out the mirror piece to the person making the mirror. So that's going to be a piece of foil and a piece of cardstock. And then the next person can come up and get the stuff to make the peephole and get a cardboard tube. And then the other person can come up and get the stuff you need to do the decorative outer layer. Now make sure that if you're gluing or you're using marker, you have this on the back. We're also going to give you a Ziploc bag. Please put the names of all your group members on that Ziploc bag, because you're not going to finish this project today. We're going to finish it next week. And so at the end of class, you can put all your pieces to your kaleidoscope in the bag. We're going to clip them all together and then put them up on the shelf. All right? You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for helping us make our kaleidoscopes, and I can't wait to see them when I come back. And maybe I'll be able to get some authors to do some videos that I'll share with you when I come back. All right? See you later.